You got it.
All right. Shalom. First off, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shai. All right. And double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right. We're over here in Columbus Circle, and we're basically exposing the atrocities of Columbus. All right. Because Christopher Columbus, contrary to popular belief, man, he came into this land. All right. And he so-called discovered it. And the way he discovered it was by rape, robbery, and murder. All right. So I'm just going to bring out a quick document real quick. It's called A Short Account of the Atrocities, a short account of the destruction of the Indies, man. All right, and I'm going to start off with the first island that was Hispaniola, all right? But before that, he's going to bring out a scripture.
This is Psalm 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. God, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. They think they're going to constantly be in rulership, you know? They think they're going to constantly be ruling all the planet Earth. You know, their inward thought is that their houses shall dwell forever, you know? And so like, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. You know, that's their pride. Their pride is what? We're never gonna, you know, get out of this rulership. You know, we're always gonna be ruling. So like, you know, they think they're constantly always gonna be ruling. You know, they can't see themselves at the bottom. You know, that's their pride. That's them.
All right, and the reason that I made this brother bring out that scripture, man, because it goes back to the so-called white man.
Yeah, what's up?
It goes back to the so-called white man.
Face the statue.
It goes back to the so-called white man, man, and his OMO, man. Christopher Columbus came into this land, all right, and he so-called discovered it, man. And ever since he discovered this land through rape, robbery, and murder, man, all right, our people have been in nothing but, you know, slavery, man.
Yeah.
All right, now bring that out, man.
In Psalm 55 and 20, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
All right, so that's talking about the so-called white man, man, and that is the first person that scripture should the first person that should come to mind when you read that scripture is Christopher Columbus, man, because when he came into this land, the so-called natives showed him hospitality, man. All right, they showed him how to hunt, how to get food, how to bathe, all right, how to plant, okay, and how did he repay them, man?
Sure.
All right, he repaid them with slaughter, all right, and I'm going to get into the detail of that slaughter. Read that one more time.
It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
All right, so the so-called white man, just like how he is today, man, he used his words. All right, he supplants people through his words. He tells you what you want to hear, all right, and then he fucking stabs you in the back, man. All right, that's what the so-called white man does, and that's what he's always done, man. And Christopher Columbus did exactly that. All right, so I'm gonna get into this article real quick, and I'm just gonna jump around to get, not bore you. All right, and it says, as we have said, the island of Hispaniola was the first to witness the arrival of the Europeans and the first to suffer the wholesale slaughter of its people and the devastation and depopulation of the land. All right, so that's what the so-called white man brought to this land. All right, he brought devastation. He brought destruction. All right, that's what Christopher Columbus brought. He brought devastation. He brought destruction, man. All right, and I'm just gonna jump down. It says, they forced their way into native settlements, slaughtering everyone they found there, including small children, old men, pregnant women, and even women who had just given birth. They hacked them to pieces, slicing open their bellies with their swords, as though they were so many sheep herded into a pen. They even laid wagers on whether they could manage to slice a man in two at one stroke. All right, so this was a sport for these so-called white men. All right, Christopher Columbus, when he came over here, killing you Native American Indians was a sport. All right, it said that they were placing bets on which man can slice a so-called Native American man with one stroke of the sword, man. All right, but yet you have the audacity to celebrate this man.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm just gonna get a little bit more because it gets a little bit more graphic. It says, They even laid wagers on whether they could manage to slice a man in two at a stroke, or cut an individual's head from his body, or disembowel him with a single blow of their axes. All right? They grabbed suckling infants by the feet and ripping them out of their mother's breast, dashed them headlong against the rocks. All right? So if you were a so-called Native American woman, man, and the so-called white man came up to you, those settlers came up to you, and you were giving birth, you were feeding your child, man, he'll grab that child and dash him into the ground, man. That's the type of spirit the so-called white man had. All right, so where was the love then, man? Because our people always want to save the white man. But where was the love when he was doing that to you people? Where was the love?
It's Nahum 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. And if I can expound on that as well, it says woe unto that bloody city, which is America. All right? It is full of lies and robbery. It's full of lies. You guys be here in Columbus circus. And Christopher Columbus never even came to America, man. He came to the West Indies, the West Indies and stuff like that. Haiti, Jamaica and stuff like that. So why do we have a statue here of Christopher Columbus? Why are we in Columbus circus? Because this land is full of lies, man. Okay? As the brother was just going into, it shows you how this is a bloody city because who are they doing? You said they was bashing the kids' heads against the stones?
Yeah, they were bashing the kids' heads against the stones, man. They were placing bets on who can disembowel someone with one stroke of the sword. All right, that's straight up wickedness, man. That's straight up butcher, man. All right?
Woe unto the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. And the prey depart not. Who was that prey? As the brother was going into that prey is the 12 tribes of Israel. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? We're that prey. We the ones that was getting killed, for no reason, okay? We the ones that got robbed and got spoiled. All right?
Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
Wait a minute. Read that from the top again and slow it up.
And they covet fields.
Oh, no.
On the top.
From the
Woe
top.
to them that devise iniquity.
Woe to them that devise iniquity. All right? Now, iniquity is what? Sin upon sin. All right? Because when the so-called white man, who you have Cristoforo, all right? That's his real name, all right? Woe to them that devise iniquity. When the so-called white man came into power in Europe, all right? When he came into power in Europe, I'm talking about the so-called white nation as a people. When they came into power in Europe, it was to what? They had an agenda, man. They had an agenda to what? Take the true people of the Lord, which are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and what? Subject them and put them under white supremacy, man.
That's right.
All right? And that's iniquity. All right? Because their agenda wasn't according to the Bible. It wasn't according to the word of the Lord. All right? And furthermore, they're Edomites. All right? They're Edomites. All right? The people that the Lord has said what? That are no people. That said what? They're going to be destroyed. That the Lord set them up to be a sword to bring death and destruction on the nation of Israel. Why? Because the nation of Israel were what? They were breaking the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. But it was an agenda by the so-called white man when they came back into power from the so-called Negroes, Latinos, from the so-called Negroes that were ruling Europe. The tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, and the tribe of Levi, man. All right? So they devised iniquity. They said, look, we're going to go and we're going to go throughout Europe and we're going to go to the New World, as they call it. All right? So what?